Hello folks, Scott with Dallas Paint Correction and Auto Detailing, again here on Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day to you guys. I wanted to do another review on a retail product. This one happens to be Meguiar's Ultimate Protect, longest lasting shine, weeks and weeks of durability. Well, as a professional, most of you guys know that I typically only use water-based dressings when they're inside the vehicle or outside the vehicle. To be completely honest and transparent, there are times I don't, and I'll explain to you why. A product like this can become beneficial to me sometimes. There's times when I'm working on the interior of a car, if it's an older vehicle, the panel may be, after I clean it, it may not be uniformly glossy or clean, or not clean, that's not the word I'm looking for, but its appearance may not be uniform. There may be certain areas of the panel that look really new. Another area of the panel may be really dull and faded from years of sun abuse. This stuff can kind of help you a little bit. Yes, water-based dressings, you can, if I'm using Meguiar's Hyper Dressing, I might be able to use it straight in those areas to kind of blend that panel in. But sometimes a non-water-based dressing can really be a friend because it will last longer. Hopefully that kind of makes sense in your mind when I explain it that way. But typically these aren't the type of dressings that I would use on the outside or the inside. Excuse me if you hear a lawnmower in the backyard. I got a neighbor mowing his yard. But I want to talk about how I use this stuff and when I use this stuff, because I'm not shy to this stuff. I've used this stuff. I've used it professionally. I've used it privately, and I've got some experience with it. I wanted to talk about where I use it and why I use it. We happen to be staring at this wheel. Most of you know I'm a big fan of Meguiar's Hyper Dressing or Chemicals VRP. They're all water-based dressings. They really help out quite a bit to give you some shine and gloss, but they're water-based. They're easy to remove in the future. That's just the way it goes. This stuff here can be beneficial to me sometimes, even for me personally. You want to know why? There are times my customers will say to me, Scott, I appreciate water-based dressings, but I want something really shiny, really glossy, something wet looking. And even me privately, personally in my own life, there's times I want my tire to really pop. I want it to have a wet, kind of, you know, really glossy look. And I've used so many different products like Armor All Tire Shine. This stuff is, don't want to use the word horrible, but this stuff will sling all over the place. But this stuff is really impressive, and I actually use it on tires from time to time, or inside panels in rare cases. This actually says you can use it on tires. Now, if you happen to watch my last video about Meguiar's Ultimate Black Plastic Restorer, something very interesting about these two products, they're almost identical as far as the way they smell, the way they react to material when you put them on, the consistency of them. This is a sprayable form, this isn't. I'm highly suspicious, I can't confirm it, but I almost feel like, and it's not unusual for companies to do it, where they'll repackage things that are almost identical but just give them a different name or different purposes around the vehicle. Again, it's part of marketing and making money, but just a simple point there. This is like $8 at Walmart, this is like $6, but they're almost identical. But I want to talk about this stuff here and why I put it on a tire, and I'll show you how I apply it to the tire. So there might be cases I want a lot of shine and gloss, but I don't want a dressing that can potentially sling. Just about every one of them can, you just got to know how to apply it. But I'll show you how I use it in this case. Again, this is a spray formula. I'm going to use my little microfiber pad to be able to apply the dressing. I'm going to put some dressing on here. These spray nozzles, that's the one thing with Meguiar's on this particular product. They're not all, look at this thing, I'm squeezing this thing, and this is the tough part with this stuff. It doesn't really, the sprayer isn't the best, and I'm kind of happy it showed that, because that happens a lot to me. But I'll apply this to the tire, and then I'll get you in close so you can get a look at this thing and take a look at it and tell me what you think. Let me see if I can manipulate this. There you go, come on, sprayer. Man, Meguiar's has a lot of issues on a retail level with some of these sprayers, especially in Ultimate bottles. Their Ultimate line. I mean, this is almost ridiculous to get this stuff out. You know what? Let me shoot to the punch here, right? Man, I can't even open that thing. What's wrong with me? But I'll keep squeezing this thing. This is ridiculous. But I'll apply it to the tire, whatever I've got on the applicator. This is turning into a miserable fail, right? but I'll get this on here. The tire was previously cleaned with Super Clean, completely clean tire. It gives the opportunity for the dressing to completely bond to this tire. Let me see if I need some more. Come on, Meguiars, give me some. There you go, just a little bit more. If Meguiars ever watches this video, they should check out why these sprayers are a pain in the butt. Let me try a different setting. Nope, that didn't help at all. Look at that. This is why a lot of these spray bottles on retail levels just, man, they just fall so short. But anyway, let me apply some more on there, see if I can get the desired effect before I turn this camera off and go, forget it, this video's not working for me. I like these microfiber pads because I can squeeze them and kind of pinch them on an angle and get tight around the rim. I know guys like sponges, I know guys like tire applicators. I like these things because I can wash them and keep using them over and over, and I don't cross-contaminate any type of, if I'm using Car Pro Pearl one day or Meguiar's Hyper Dressing, I wash these things all the time so there's no issues. Come on. Man, it almost wanted to give us a little bit. Now what I find with this dressing and why I use it on tires, for certain customers or certain times I'm just feeling, hey, maybe I want to feel sexy, right? I want something that's really going to pop on the tire. It's going to stand out. I'll tell you why in a second. I like this stuff, and I'll bring you in and take a look at it. If we look at this tire, it's awfully glossy, it's awfully shiny. Now products like Armor All, which are not water-based, just like this particular dressing here, what's very impressive about this dressing is that a lot of non-water-based dressings, even water-based dressings can do it as well. When the sun is hitting them, even if it's dried on you after you apply it, maybe you want to knock it down with a microfiber towel, the sunlight will reactivate that dressing, and then all of a sudden it will start to sling on you again. What I find with Meguiar's, what is this stuff? Ultimate Protect. If the spray nozzle actually worked, that would be great, right? But what I find with this stuff versus all the other stuff on the market is that when direct sunlight hits it, it doesn't reactivate all that bad. It doesn't want to sling on me. It gives me more shine and gloss than using like a water-based dressing. So that's kind of a cool little trick there if you want to use that, because a lot of people will grab this thing, and if you notice, it shows a dashboard, a console. A lot of people will use it for that area, and that's fine if that's what they want to use it for, but they don't realize they can use it on tires. And when it comes to a non-water-based dressing that gives me a lot of shine and pop, doesn't reactivate in the sun and want to sling on the car, this is a really cool product to be able to use to satisfy your customers that might go, you know what? I want something with more pop and shine. The water-based dressings don't really do it for me, and that's fine. I get it. There are customers that like the LL Cool J look, right? They want a lot of bling. I'm actually laughing as I say that. I'm not being offensive. I love LL Cool J. But there you go. This is where I use it. Sometimes I'll use it inside the car when I have a panel that's not uniform in appearance. Maybe the sun's beating up one area really bad. It'll work for you. It works great as a tire dressing. Again, I don't know if Meguiar's Black Plastic Restorer, boy, it responds the same, it smells the same, it acts the same. I'm almost convinced it's the same product, but I can't confirm that. I bring that up because that Black Plastic Restorer is cheaper. But there you go, that's how I get tires really shiny, really glossy, and limit my opportunity of having sling. If I gotta meet that demand for my customer, or even me, I got a hot date, I want tires that really pop. That's how I do it, and that's how I use the product. I hope that helps you out. If I run my finger on this stuff, it's not greasy. It does dry to the touch. It's pretty cool. I don't have any issues with it. But again, on a retail level, yes, some of these products are good. You got to know how to use them, how to use them properly, where to use them, and I think you can get some great desired effects. Hope that helps you out. Had a couple subscribers. Scott, do some reviews on retail products. Well, I use some of them, and this is how I use it. Hope that helps you out. Appreciate it, guys. Until next time, love one another, be kind. Happy Memorial Day.